Chris Stirewalt, our Fox News digital politics editor, and Howie Kurtz, who's the host of Mediabuzz right here on FNC. Welcome to you both. So, I mean, they're saying that they're not going to do the the NBC debate, and now they're having some meeting without the RNC present. What are they actually trying to accomplish here, Chris?
Well, it's not clear at this exact moment which campaigns will be participating in this meeting and which ones won't. Because remember, they all have a different set of interests. If you are Ted Cruz or Marco Rubio, who had an awesome debate, you want more debates. And you don't care if the questions are hot garbage or not, because you just want to get up there and kill them. And that's good. And that's what you want. If you are Donald Trump, if you are Ben Carson and you're in the lead, debates, and especially tough, rough and tumble debates, that's not what you want. If you're Jeb Bush, my God, the thought of a debate stage must be a terrifying image.
But he's not reportedly going to this meeting. And when I say he, I mean his rep.
I wouldn't think, but that's my point. Trying to get this herd of cats together so that they have an agreed point of view on what exactly they want out of the subsequent debates is not going to be easy. Okay, now I'm just getting an update that they are planning on going, so they may have reversed themselves on that. Howie, how much of this anger by Reince Priebus is real, and how much of it is for effect?
It's a calculated tantrum by Reince Priebus, which is not to say that he's not genuinely and understandably ticked off at the train wreck debate that CNBC presided over. But here's what's really going on. I'm told that what Reince and the RNC want is for NBC to grovel a little bit, because Reince Priebus is under criticism from his own party and his own base for greenlighting that debate in the first place. And then after a couple of meetings, a little wine, they kiss and make up. I think the NBC debate will take place. And he's also working the refs.
So what's that about, Howie? I mean, is this really an attempt to get NBC News to soften up its questioning on their debate? And is that appropriate?
It is certainly not hard to imagine that if this NBC debate comes off in February, as I believe it will, that the moderators might be a little more respectful, a little more cautious for fear of offending the GOP and for fear of being the subject of these attacks on the media, which play very well with the Republican audience. And also other networks have got to be taking note of this, because bashing the media, especially when the media do such a bad job as CNBC did, can hurt all of us.
What of the anger at Reince Priebus and the RNC, Chris? This notion that Reince Priebus has any role in what we do as debate moderators and the questions we formulate, at least at Fox News, is a bunch of nonsense. It was, dude, I can tell you, I never heard from Reince Priebus. He never saw a question. He never weighed in on a question. And when he tried to mess with who the moderators would be by saying everyone has to have a conservative pundit on the panel, our boss said,
I have no idea what other networks do. I have no idea whether or not what input the RNC had on theirs. Over here, what we do is good debates. That's what we do. We do, if I may say, the best debates. We did the best debates last cycle. We're going to do the best debates this cycle. Candidates, we're going to invite the candidates to come. We hope that they come. The relationship that the RNC has is to say, if you go to a debate that's not sanctioned, candidate, we will dock you delegates at the convention. That is where their influence on the process begins and ends. It's with the candidates in their own party.
So why are all these people pretending that Reince Priebus had all the power to stop this? I guess they didn't think he should have sanctioned a CNBC debate at all.
Right. I guess it's one thing. Sorry, Chris, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead, Howie.
Go ahead, Howie.
You know, it's one thing for the campaigns of the RNC to negotiate with the networks about whether it'll be 2 or 3 hours or even whether it'll be opening statements. They have no business whatsoever getting into the scope of the questions, the kind of questions, the tone of questions. And if this keeps up on the behalf of the candidates, they might run the risk of sounding a little whiny about taking some tough questions from journalists, which is not to defend what went on during those 2 hours.
How big a factor? Right now, they're saying we might have the debate still with National Review. So the debate goes forward, but just with National Review. What about Telemundo, Chris? Does NBC have a point, even though it hasn't been explicit, that cancel on us and you cancel on Telemundo, you're going to hurt yourselves, Republicans?
Racist McRacingtons that they are, because they're Republicans. The implicit threat is that you will be even more racist than NBC News has previously intimated that you are, and
just
you'll
as
have the
racist
proof.
As we said, even more than that.
Exactly. We looked it up, and you are 10 times more racist than previously imagined. And that is the implicit threat there. Here, I think Howie is right. I think in the end, NBC News is going to end up doing a debate. I think this is effective outrage, rightfully generated, but effective outrage that they will use to say, you guys better tighten this up and not have some...
NBC doesn't control CNBC, though. Andy Lack does not control CNBC. A different guy does.
Yeah, but if you have a barge pole that you can poke them with, if you have anything that is a legitimate point of outrage so that you can say, we don't want you to resurrect Keith Olbermann to come in for a special round of questions about how terrible everybody is or whatever.
Wouldn't you kind of like to see Ted Cruz versus Keith Olbermann? I'll be honest. Wouldn't you like to see that?
Yes, I would.
I might watch that.
Yes, pay-per-view. Yes.
Good to see you both.
Great to see you.